Hi. Alright, hold on, give me a sec. I'm actually kind of thirsty. Give me a sec. Long time no see. How do I start this? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna start talking right away. I'm gonna keep this video simple and short. So, let's not waste any more time. For those who have been following me for the past year or so, for the past year actually, thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for sticking around, and thank you so much for allowing me to be able to reach 100 subscribers. This is like my first major milestone. It brings me joy. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And even if I haven't reached the 100 subscriber mark, I'm still grateful that you guys subscribed to my channel and stuck out with me for a long time. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I do want to apologize for not uploading for the past 4+ months. I took the first 2 months to go on the break, and I took the last 2 months, that is October and November, to work on a bunch of videos to upload before the end of this year. Granted, that's not an excuse, so the only thing I will say is this: I apologize for my schedule, I apologize for not uploading anything, I apologize for not saying anything for that matter. I will do better. Granted, I can't keep any promises for my schedule because my schedule is out of whack, but I will say this: I'll do my best to better communicate with you guys, whether it be in my community posts, whether it be in my socials, like my Instagram for instance. I will do my best to communicate with you guys more better on which videos I'm gonna upload, when I'm gonna upload it, and whether I'm gonna take breaks. So that's the promise. That's one promise I want to actually keep, especially since I just reached 100 subscriber mark. Even though that's not like a big deal, but it is a big deal to me as a small time creator. But anyway, I want to talk about a lot of things. First things first, I want to showcasing something. Yes, I'll keep that aside for now later, but for now I want to talk about an update. So I want to talk about a few updates that will happen to my YouTube channel. The first few updates is number one, on top of the topics I have in mind, I also now want to include live action related TV shows / movies into the mix. Why am I saying this? Because in the future I want to talk about Star Wars. I'm a casual fan. Wait, what's even lower than a casual fan? Because I hop in and out. I check out some of the Star Wars media and I never touch it again until like years later when I feel like it. So like, yeah, I don't know what's like the lower version of Star Wars fan, but I do genuinely want to talk about Star Wars among other franchises. So I'll add those into my topic of discussion to talk about. And on top of Star Wars, here are some few topics to watch out for in the near or far future. I'll talk about Lego Monkey Kid. I made that promise to talk about it in one of my YouTube shorts. If you have seen it, I'm grateful. If not, it's right here. I'll link it down below or just right here. But anyway, I want to talk about Lego Monkey Kid. I also want to talk about Eastward, Dandanan, and Mecha Arm Ude, or is it Mecha Ude Arms? Whatever, one of the two. And among many other things. And last but not least, I want to ask you guys a question that hopefully you answer down below. If you guys got any topics that you guys want me to talk about, whether it's related to animation, comic books, mangas, video games, please let me know. Even if it has to do with something that I have never touched before, like first-person shooters. That's the updates I want to give. And second update is my schedule, unfortunately, would be out of whack again because I am currently working on my very first webtoon. I apologize in advance if I don't upload anything for the next month, for the next year. But anyway, I'm working on my webtoon. It will be ready by the end of 2026. I'm reaching for that mark. The basic story is a theme of adventure, specifically in this game who wants to become an adventurer. That's as much detail as I'm willing to give. And you're currently looking at me drawing a promotional poster that I'll upload on my Instagram account. So if you are not following my Instagram account, here it is down below. Follow me there. I do hope you guys take the time off to read it. to give you guys an idea on how I do my YouTube videos, let me just give you guys a basic process on how I do it. So typically I have like a circulatory, chronological, medium that I focus on. Animation comes first, video games comes second, and then anything that has to do with the medium of comics comes in third. Let's say for example we do animation, right? I have to pick what I have to watch, then I have to engage with what I have to watch, and then while engaging with said show or movie, I have my notebook beside me and I take down notes. I write it down, and then after taking those notes, I then begin scripting. I do some drafting and then corrections of grammars and mistakes, and then I have like a final script, which from there it leads me to a recording. Typically I record while reading, which takes about 2 to 3 days. Sometimes when it comes to like YouTube shorts or TikTok videos, I don't record with a script in hand, which then leads me to stuttering. Hence why I have a script in hand, because I avoid me from stuttering. But then after recording my voice, I first do storyboarding. This was the first thing I had to correct myself when doing this YouTube stuff. I had to do storyboarding first, because whenever I do anything animation related last, it takes me way more time. So I do storyboarding first, which takes me about a day or two. Then I save that up for later. I export it actually, and then from there I begin the longest and most stressful process: video editing. For software I used to use CapCut, but due to circumstance I switched to Adobe Premiere Pro. It was an easier transition because I was a bit familiar with Adobe Premiere Pro beforehand. Anyway, I edit, I compile everything I need to get, movie or TV show or animation footage, all the character emotes plus the reaction it has. I added in. I add this editing, I add the storyboarding, and then I just compile everything in conjunction to what I'm saying. I put songs too, but I save those for the end so I don't get stressed too much. And sometimes throughout the editing process, I take a pause. I go back to Clip Studio Paint, and I basically draw any new character reaction and I add those in. I typically do those before editing, but since I already have like a plethora already in hand, I do those less. But that doesn't mean I don't add new ones once in a while. But that's basically my editing gist of it. I spend about a week doing editing and / or sleepless nights, because there will be some times whereby I'll have to put an all-nighter just to edit some video. My sleep schedule got out of whack as a result. Not to say that I had a sleep schedule before, it was whack in the first place, but now I'm semi doing better. But anyway, after doing editing, I then go straight to the animation, because with the storyboards already have exported, I add those in between the slots, or sometimes I don't. I just use this PNG as pop on the screen and I just add them in between the slots. That way I know where to put animation, because there's some things I say it's better conveyed through animation. Plus I might do my humor through animations once in a while. Simply. For animation process, I dabble into the animation because it's my bread and butter, and the software I use is Toon Boom Harmony. What was I going with this? Oh yeah, I used Toon Boom Harmony. I opened up the file where the storyboard's already been added there. If I don't have the storyboards in hand, then I have to do it in that very moment. If not, the storyboard's already there, then that makes my work easier. I prefer to do it the latter. It takes me about also a week to do so. Typically, it takes me extra few days. Same with editing, but I try to work as fast as I possibly could, and that's why I do my storyboarding first. But anyway, I do the storyboarding, then I do the in-between. I clean off some animation here and there, then I do the final line work, and then I export. A few times when I'm making videos, I tend to do simple coloring because I haven't quite figured out how to properly color in Toon Boom Harmony yet. But when I don't have the time, I just say f it and I just export it without the coloring itself, because the line work is already good enough. After done with animation, I export it and I add it into my YouTube video, and that's where I do my finishing touches, which includes any editing mistakes I need to correct, the songs, non-copyrighted of course I have to add in, and a few things I need to touch up, and then that will be it. I export it, I add it to my YouTube channel, I then put the subtitles, and the video is already out. Except for YouTube Shorts. Oh I threw my earpiece. For YouTube Shorts is a bit different. When it comes to YouTube Shorts, there's no script, so I talk like I normally do, stuttering ensues. Then from there, I add the subtitles within Adobe software rather than within the YouTube system, because it makes my work so much easier. and then export alongside the video itself. But anyway, that's my YouTube process. Yeah, I think that's it for now. There's a bunch of things I want to talk about myself fully, but considering the fact that I have 3, maybe 4 videos in mind, I want to keep this as short as possible. So this is where the video ends here. Next time for my next sub count or whatever, I'll do more effort in presenting myself, and this has already gone longer than I need to be. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys love the poster. I think it's finally done, and I'll see y'all next time.